Amazing Grace Sports Network is on the air. Radio excellence, sports radio excellence right here in no other place. No other place but here. We're going to give you all the sports. We're going to give it to you with passion, spirituality, and unity. And a camera that just got knocked over. Yeah, there we go. All right. We can take down the music a little bit here, and let's get ready to rumble here on the Amazing Grace Sports Network. I am Clay Morris, as you can see there, Clay M. AGSN 844-249-5247. That's my number on Saturdays. If you want to call in to my radio show and let your voice be heard, if you want that to happen, if you want to be heard, you want your voice to be heard, call in on Saturday, and we will put you on. Okay? Before we get started, gotta say a prayer. And this prayer goes out to everybody. You can't be like, of course you can't be specific on prayers, but I'm not going to be. Listen, we all need lessons, and we all need forgiveness. We are all repentant sinners. We are all people that have sinned, and we need help. We need God, Lord Jesus Christ, Lord Holy Spirit. We need you to come and cleanse us out. Cleanse us out and start all over. Infill the Holy Spirit into us. Let it clean us out and let it fill us up. Let it bring us the vision that we need. Let it give us the courage that we need. Let it give us the patience that we need. And let it also bring us abundance, prosperity, and happiness. So alphabetically, that would be abundance, happiness, and prosperity in all areas of our life. In all areas of our life. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's get ready to rumble here. What we got? We got birthdays. So should I try to do a birthday thing? Should we try birthdays? Let's move on down the line. Yeah, let's try birthdays.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Well, now we can move on to happy birthdays. Birthdays!
Happy birthday, all. Happy birthday, all.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, all you people. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, there you go. To you, everybody. Happy birthday. We're going to start off with happy birthday to Mark McGuire. Mark McGuire was born October 1st, 1963 in Paloma, California. Mr. McGuire, look at him right there, so young and slim. He won 2 world championships, one with Oakland as a player in 1989 and one with St. Louis as a coach in 2011. McGuire holds the major league career record for bats per home run ratio with 10.6. McGuire led the major leagues in home runs in 5 different seasons and set the major league record for home runs hit in a 4-season period between 1996 and 1995. 1996 and 1999 with 245. He couldn't have went backwards. So no, he didn't go backwards. He went forward. That's just me going backwards. Let me get that to you once again. 1996 to 1999 with 245. Now, Mr. Mark McGuire is remembered for his epic home run race with Sammy Sosa in 1988, the year that he hit 70 home runs, and that put him on top of the charts until about 2 or 3 years later when Barry Bonds hit 73. Mark McGuire, he's part of the Bash brothers when he was with Oakland, him and Jose Canseco, and after that he went to St. Louis, and he proceeded to tear up the league. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He was a terror. This guy was good. When he was good, he was good. When he hit his prime, he hit his prime, and he hit his prime when he was with the Cardinals. He was fantastic to watch. And I wish they would take the asterisk away from his name and put him in the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. So with that, we say happy birthday, Mark McGuire, who's now a member of the Dodgers. Okay, and from there, we will say happy birthday to former Red Sox pitcher Earl Wilson, who was born on October 2nd. That's today, in Pocatello, Louisiana. Now, Wilson pitched for the Boston Red Sox, as you can see. He was a Red Soxer. And he got there in 1959. Yeah. He was a early acquisition in 1959. I think you know what? I really don't want to say that he came up through this league or that league because I'm not sure. But Mr. Wilson pitched for the Boston Red Sox, the Detroit Tigers, the San Diego Padres. As a Red Sox, Wilson became the first black pitcher to pitch a no-hitter in the American League on June 26, 1962. So, he was a Red Sox and he pitched a no-hitter. Now you know why he's on my list. Wilson, in order to secure the victory of the no-hitter, also hit a home run during the game, and they won it 2-0. He was traded to the Tigers in 1966, and in 1967, he won a league high 27 games. And in 1968, as a Detroit Tiger, he was part of the World Series team with Denny McClain and Mickey Lolich, Al Kaline, and those guys. So he did all right for himself. I hope he did all right financially. Mr. Earl Wilson from Pocatello, Louisiana, wherever that is. I just get a thought of a lot of swamp area somewhere down there with a lot of water. But he did all right for himself. He made a name for himself. He pitched a no hitter. He's one of a special group who's been able to do that. There's you know a handful of pitchers in the history of Major League Baseball who have pitched no hitters, and Mr. Earl Wilson, well, he is one of them. Happy heavenly birthday to you, Earl Wilson, on October 2nd, which is today. Next, we move on, and I got a good one for you. Happy birthday to George Michael Ward. Let's try that again. Happy birthday to George Michael Ward, also known as Mickey Ward. Mickey Ward was born on October 4th in 1965 in Lowell, Massachusetts. Ward was a three-time Golden Glove boxing champion before turning pro, fighting primarily in the 140-pound welterweight division. Mickey had a record of 38 wins and 13 losses. Ward is primarily known for his trilogy with Arturo Gatti and for winning Ring Magazine's Fight of the Year 3 years in a row. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing. You know why? Because that means you had some hard fights. That's right. It means you were in some wars in order to get the Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. And he won it 3 years in a row: 2001, 2002, and 2003. Wow. Well, he was a tough guy. Mickey Ward's toughness exemplified the town of Lowell, Massachusetts. And for any of us who have been to Lowell, yes, yes, yes. It was once a textile mill town. But as you know, in the 1920s and 1930s, the textile mills closed down, and Lowell has been on the decline, seriously on the brinks of insolvency ever since. Tough town. It's a place where nothing is given. And everything that you're going to get is going to have to be earned. And Mickey Ward fought like that. Mickey Ward fought every minute of every round until the final bell rung. Happy birthday to you, Mickey Ward. And moving on from Mickey Ward, we are going to go to football. We have to say, with a lot of gusto and a lot of pleasure, we have to say happy birthday to Richard Seymour. Richard Seymour was born October 6th, 1979, in Gadsden, South Carolina. He played for the Georgia Bulldogs in college, then was drafted in the first round of the 2001 draft by the New England Patriots with the number 6 pick. And I must say, they got lucky. They got lucky. I don't know what the other 5 teams were thinking, but if they had had half a brain, okay, they would have grabbed up Richard Seymour long before the Patriots got to him. But he was still there at 6. And so the Patriots grabbed him at 6 and they teamed him with Bobby Hamilton, Willie McGinnis, Ted Johnson, Teddy Bruschi, Roman Pfeiffer, Ty Law, Lawyer Malloy, Otis Smith. Whew, man. And that was just his first year. He had those guys working with him on his first year. The linebacking core was incredible. And they let him play in a 4-3 at that time. Yeah, he had a 4-3 with Hamilton, McGinnis, 2 other guys that, just escape me right now, but unbelievable. 2001, they tore up the league. I watched the game last night, and it was the first game that Tom Brady won. It was against the Colts. Remember now, Drew Bledsoe gets knocked out of the second game. He gets knocked out of the second game, and that's with the Jets. Mo Lewis. Do we have a picture of Mo Lewis? We should. There should be a statue of Mo Lewis here in Boston, at Foxborough. It would be a bit crass, but let's face it. If it wasn't for Mo Lewis, there's no dynasty. It happened. Mo Lewis knocks out Drew Bledsoe in the second game of the season against the New York Jets. Tom Brady comes in. He does not win that game. But the next game they have is against the Indianapolis Colts, who just hung a 40 spot. And I'm not sure. I can't. I think it's the Bills. I think they hung a 40 spot on the Bills, and they were grooving. And this was expected to be a walkover, but it wasn't, because the Patriots had Richard Seymour, Bobby Hamilton, Willie McGinnis, Roman Pfeiffer. They had Mike Vrabel too. Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Ted Johnson, and they just pummeled the heck out of Indianapolis. Uh, as a rookie, Seymour was in there so many times I can't even tell you. He did, and here's what we got from the crew. The broadcasting crew, and I don't remember the names. Here's where it became. It became, after a while, it was 21-0, and here's what you could hear in the booth. Yeah, that's it. Because they had predicted Indianapolis in a walkover. Peyton Manning, #1 draft pick, great guy, and all these the Patriots are just a stepping stone. And who is this guy, Tom Brady, out of Michigan? What does he think he's doing? He is here just to fail. He's here to lose. And so, that's what they thought. But Richard Seymour was there on the team, and the defense was awesome. Okay, Seymour played in no, seven Pro Bowls. He was named to 5 All-Pro teams. He was a member of 3 Super Bowl winning New England Patriots teams. During this time, Richard Seymour was considered to be one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL. Seymour was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2022, and wow, well deserved. Well deserved. he was a he was a force. He was a force, and we can say that the championships came with Tom Brady. Well, they also came when Richard Seymour became part of that team. He changed the dynamic, and he was so good they were able to go to a 3-4. They went from a 4-3 to a 3-4 the next year, and they would dominate. They had some unfortunate things happen. I think he got hurt in 2005 in a knee injury, and well, that things changed after that. But he was still a force to be reckoned with. So we'll let it go at that. Happy birthday, Richard Seymour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to discuss a very sore spot with me right now. Yes, going over the picks of last week. And as I reviewed the picks last week, I said to you, I promised you I was going to go 11-6. Well, you should have known right then and there that it was not going to happen. Okay, because there's only 16 games in the on the schedule. That's like 16 games, 32 teams, 16 games. And I said I was, 11-6 would be 17 games. I don't know where the other game is coming from, but it doesn't really matter. You know why? Because I didn't get close to that at all. I didn't get close to 11-7. I didn't get close to 11-6. I, again, for the third week in a row, was 8-8. 8-8. 8-8. Mediocrity. Mediocrity at its finest. So when I'm giving my picks, do not don't blame me, okay, for making a bet on anything I say. I'm giving AGSN, Amazing Great Sports Net. Here's the disclaimer: don't bet based upon anything I say because you're not coming to stay with me when you lose the house. Okay? I don't even want to go over the picks that I lost because that's just in the rearview mirror. We'll just move on from there, and we'll move on to making week 5 picks. That's right, week 5 picks. So let's get down to it. And I want you to know something here. There's only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL. And this first game, well, actually, no. That would be the second game. The first game does not involve any of those 2. We have Tampa Bay traveling to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, Atlanta, I hate to tell you, but you suck as a sports town. You really do. Um, I've been to Atlanta. Going to Atlanta to watch a Boston Celtics basketball game. Thank you, Mr. Bill Russell. And thank you, Jason Tatum, for the championships. But going there is like going to a Miami football game when they play, going to a football game in Miami when they play the New England Patriots. Half the stands, if not more, are Boston fans or New England fans. That's right. In Atlanta, there was more Celtics fans in the arena. This is going back a couple of years, but there was more fans in the arena than it was Atlanta Hawk fans. Yeah, that's what I mean. And to show you just how bad you are as a sports city, Atlanta. I mean, really, I want this to be around your neck, like a bad necktie. You can get tickets at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in downtown Atlanta, and I've been there. Heck of a place, beautiful, for as low as $35. That means none of you guys are supporting it. You don't support your teams. I don't even know why Atlanta still has sports teams. Well, baseball, thank God they support it. But you so-called Atlanta fans, yes, let's just get to it. Black Atlanta fans, you don't support your team. I don't. You don't support your basketball team. You don't support your football team. When it's like 90% black, you don't support them. $35. Anybody can go see this game for $35. We're talking about a National Football League game, professional football. Your team is like 2-2, I believe, or maybe 1-2, but it doesn't matter. You have a good team. And where are you guys? Hiding? Don't tell me you ain't got any money. You're always talking about how great it is in Atlanta. But I digress. I digress. Tampa is traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. And Atlanta is favored by 1.5 points. And I am going to take Tampa Bay. Why am I going to take Tampa Bay? I don't really know. But after I lambasted you, Atlanta, I really can't go with the Atlanta Falcons. You are probably calling me names anyway. So let's just get that out the way. I'm going with Tampa Bay. The next game on the list is the game that involves one of the undefeated teams in the NFL. That is the New York, the New York Jets are going to play the Minnesota Vikings, the undefeated team, in Tottenham. Let's just get this out. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. They're traveling over to London to play a football game at 8 in the morning. I'm going with Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers was a little bit gimpy, and I hate to say this, but that probably means he's going to throw for 400 yards. And there you have it. I'm taking Minnesota. Carolina's traveling Chicago. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. I think Chicago's 2-2. Um, they won last week thanks to a running game. Caleb Williams looks lost, as any rookie quarterback should. I don't know why they're starting him. It appears to me the only guy who should be starting, and you know what? We'll get to this later, but I wouldn't have started him either. I would have waited till like the 10th game to start Jaden Daniels. Uh, but let's. I digress, as I say. Carolina's traveling to Chicago. That's Andy Dalton against Caleb Williams. I am going to take Carolina. Baltimore's traveling to Cincinnati. Now this is a trap game because Baltimore is like, they're just looking like all world, totally just running through people. But this is a division game, and these division games are tough. And Baltimore's had it easy for the last 3 games after losing to Kansas City. These guys do not focus very well, from my experience. Don't take this wrong, but it's true. You don't focus very well. You make a lot of mental mistakes. And since Cincinnati is 1-3, I'm sure you're looking your chops, but you're also looking at Cincinnati like barbecue chicken. I'm taking Cincinnati in this one. Miami's traveling through New England. Talk about uh, a tale of ineptitude. We have one team that's totally inept, Miami, and they show their ineptitude when they signed Tua Tagovailoa to an extension, knowing he had a history in series of concussions, at least 3, but possibly more. They knew that. At least 3. They knew they had 3 documented. Actually, they knew they had 4 documented. I'm going to stop. Let's just start with the chicanery. They had 4 documented, and they called one a back injury, but they knew it was a concussion. They signed this guy to a $170 million contract guaranteed. Really, they did. I can't make this up. Chris Greer signed him. Now, Chris Greer is just a hack. I'm sure they wanted to do it because, see, they had fired Brian Flores over 2 attacks. Brian Flores was the previous coach who didn't want to attack Valoa. That's right. He didn't want him. He wanted somebody else. They made the pick. I guess ownership in Bobby Greer, and now they had to show that they really knew what they were doing all the time. Yeah, he's going to be a great quarterback. Do I have anything? I have any. Uh, let's try this. Wrong. He's not going to be a great quarterback. He should never play again. He shouldn't have even played this year. And I don't even know why they put him on the field last year. He got hurt again and couldn't play at the end of the season. We don't know if that was concussion. They said it was other injury, but he's been very injury prone. So that is total mismanagement. And from there, that is total that's total mismanagement. And then we go from there to the New England Patriots. Another cautionary tale of woe. Oh, and it has to do with the GM Elliott Wolf, as much as the Miami saga has to do with Chris Greer, whose father used to be I believe, a scout for the New England Patriots. I think it's kind of like they're just rehashing families into this thing. I think Elliott Wolf must have family in this something because Elliott Wolf should be fired. Chris Greer should be fired. Elliott Wolf should be fired. I know this is his first year. This is his first year, but I don't expect it to get any better because everyone's behaving as if they don't see what they see, which means this guy's not going to learn from this. Okay, Drake May should have never been drafted. Truth be told, they should have traded that pick, pick up Joe Milton in the fifth or sixth round. They picked him up in the fifth, and they could have had a boatload of offensive and defensive linemen in the process. Okay, a boatload. It was waiting for them. So now they have Drake May and Jacoby Brissett and Joe Milton on the same team. Yeah, that's really thinking. That's thinking. And taking Drake May with that third pick, when things went wrong, what was going to happen? Yeah. The fan base was going to clamor, trombone, hoot and holler for the number 3 pick to get in there and save the franchise, save the season. Okay. Well, we're lucky that Jacoby Brissett is still standing upright. He got sacked 6 times last game, and I don't know how many other times he ended up on his back just getting rid of the ball. Okay, they don't have an offensive line. It's terrible, terrible. It's terrible. It's beyond terrible. I mean, it's just there's no words to describe how bad it is. So they didn't even have a backup plan. I'm going to explain to you how bad it is and how bad Elliot Wolf has prepared this team for the dismal season that it's going to have. So Jacoby Brissett's not going to last the season. I mean, no, he's going to get hurt either this game or the next game. And then what they're going to do? They're going to bring in Drake May, okay, behind this offensive line. Yes, yes. No, see, they had a chance to keep this guy named Bailey Zappi, and this is what I advocated in preseason. Advocated in preseason. Now, I'm not the GM. Hey, Robert Kraft, but if you want somebody to run your organization a heck of a lot better than Elliot Wolf is doing it, yeah, just give me a call. I'll be a consultant, and I'll be on the down low. And anything was said between me and you, I won't even say it on the show. Bada boom, like that, okay? But it was totally ridiculous. You had to keep Bailey Zappi because Jacoby Brissett does not have a history of lasting a whole season. So he's going to go out. And you don't want to play your rookie, your baby, blue bonnet rookie, Drake May. You got to have somebody like Bailey Zappi, a journeyman in there to come in. Okay. And then Bailey Zappi should last 5 to 6 games. So in total, they should all last 11 to 12 games. And then you can bring the baby with the blue bonnet on it. You can bring in Drake May. He'll be ready to go. And I just like that catch. He'll be ready to go. And your organization will be ready for next year. As it is now, you're heading for disaster. Nobody in the media, except for me, is talking about it because that's what kind of guy I am. Actually, I'm looking out for you, Bobby Kraft. You just don't know it. Who am I taking in that game? This is really terrible. I'm going to take New England after lambasting them. Maybe I should just go back and pick Atlanta after, you know. Seems like the more I lambaste you, the more I like you. Cleveland is traveling to Washington. Deshaun Watson is a bust. He is so done. He is so done. I'm taking Washington. I'm not even going to discuss that. Not even going to discuss it. Indianapolis is traveling to Jacksonville. And you know what? Joe Flacco is now the quarterback of Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson is hurt once again. And good times are now happening for Indianapolis. Yeah, good times are here again because Joe Flacco has taken the field and he is labeling. He's bringing a stabilizing force. He's bringing experience and he's bringing a ability to read a defense. Something Mr. Richardson couldn't do. I'm going with Indianapolis. Here in Jacksonville, their fifth loss. Buffalo is traveling to Houston. Yes, falling apart. They got killed. They got steamrolled by the Ravens, and now they're on the road. I'm going with Houston. Yes, I am. I'm going with Houston. I don't trust Josh Allen no further than I can throw him, and I can't even lift him. So forget about throwing him. Las Vegas. Las Vegas traveling to Denver. It's a tough game. It's a tough game because Bo Nix is mixing it up. Bo Nix is starting to feel himself. Denver is starting to look good. I am going with Denver to win this one, and they're playing at home too. Now, as I've gone through this, I wanted to tell you something about Minnesota and New York. Minnesota It's such a complete team. Actually, they have the second highest total ticket. Atlanta, you could have got this for $35. It takes $200 to buy a ticket for the Minnesota New York Jets game. And really, that's I don't really think that's because it's Minnesota. I think it's because of it's England. It's over in London, England, and they have nothing to do on Sundays. NFL looks like it's it. Arizona's traveling to San Francisco. I am taking San Francisco. Green Bay. Green Bay. It's going to Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Rams in a battle of the old NFL. Yeah. Who am I going to take? Jordan Love is back. But Malik Willis, well, I don't know, but tell me, didn't the team win when they had Malik Willis? Didn't they win all the games that he played? Then they switched to Jordan Love last week and they lost. I think I'm going with LA. Yeah. I'm just no. Let's go with Green Bay. I'm going to go with Green Bay. Maybe Jordan Love is going to get on track here. The New York Giants are traveling to Seattle to take on. No, I'm just taking Seattle. We're not even going to go there. Dallas is traveling to Pittsburgh. Gosh, I was on the Mike Tomlin bandwagon and they lost, but Dallas, they're going to win a game and lose a game, win a game. I doubt that. It would be by a stroke of mercy, a lightning bolt. The Dallas can string 2 wins together. I'm going with Pittsburgh. New Orleans is traveling to Kansas City. I'm going with Kansas City. They're playing at home. And Detroit, in Tennessee, in Philadelphia, in Los Angeles. Chargers are on the bye. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My pick. My pick for week 5. Okay. Well, this hopefully we can go 11-5. No, we can't go 11-5 because we have 2 teams that are out. So there's only 1, 2, 14 games being played. Let's hopefully I can go 10-4. 10-4. Now, through 4 weeks, one thing has become clear about the National Football League, and that is Kansas City Chiefs. Well, they're the cream of the crop. The Kansas City Chiefs have become what the New England Patriots once were. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're unbeaten, okay? Uh, Along with the Vikings, but the Vikings are a surprise. The Chiefs are not. The Chiefs are solid on offense and defense. As they say in New England, they play all 3 facets of the game, which means offense, defense, and special teams. After suffering possible season injuries to Isaiah Pacheco and to Rasheed Rice, they still won. In a season where Mahomes has looked pedestrian with only 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, Kansas City still finds a way to win, just like the New England Patriots did for 20 years with Tom Brady. But it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs are going to get every team's best game, okay? A win against the Chiefs is like winning the Super Bowl, maybe harder. They're going to get circled. That's right. When they see Chiefs on the schedule, whether it be San Diego or the Florida Panthers, whatever they are, Jacksonville Jaguars. That game is going to be circled by the coach and by the players. They're going to get everyone's best game. And winning the game against the Chiefs is like winning the Super Bowl. But in the most seamless transition that I've ever seen, the torch passed from Tom Brady to Patrick Mahomes, from Bill Belichick to Andy Reid, from the Kraft family to the Hunt family. In other words, for the most part, from class to class. Abrasive, arrogant, flashing the pen coaches like Mike McDaniels, Sirianni, uh, coaches that play for these wonky franchises that don't show a lot of class. Miami and Philadelphia will probably be unemployed after this year, and deservedly so. So should Miami's Chris Greer the day he signed two attacks to an extension. Kansas City's run begins with the ascension of Patrick Mahomes to the starting quarterback position in 2018. On that offense with him was Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, who's back again, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelsey, um, and I can't name anybody else, but it doesn't matter. The Chiefs lost to the New England Patriots and Tom Brady in an epic shootout in the AFC Championship that went into overtime. That was it. That was the beginning of the ascendancy to dominance of one team and the beginning of the end to the other. Let me read off to you, okay? Let me read off to you the record over the last 6 years. 2018, they were 12 and 4. 2019, 14 and 2. 2020, 14 and 2. 2021, 12 and 5. 2022, 14 and 3. 2023, last year, 11 and 6. That was the worst record they've had so far in the past 6 years. Over the last 6 seasons, the Kansas City Chiefs are 77 and 19. 77 and 19. The next closest team in terms of winning is the Buffalo Bills with 66 wins. That's 11 win different. They've gone to 6 straight AFC championship games, winning 4 of them. They have won 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls, and they are poised to do what no team in the history of the NFL has done so far: win 3 consecutive Super Bowls, something the New England Patriots could have done if Bill Belichick had not turned into Bill Belichick and not played the starting quarterback, Malcolm Butler, in the game in the Super Bowl game against Philadelphia, just because he didn't want to play him. And that's when I said, from class to class, class to class. But Andy Reid, from Bill Belichick to Andy Reid, is actually an uptick in class. And listen, Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches that ever lived. So I don't feel bad when I say he has not exhibited a lot of class. Um, he just doesn't have that persona. He's just not made that way. And that's okay. That's okay. It wasn't okay for Malcolm Butler, Mike Vrabel, and Richard Seymour, and a couple of other players. But that's okay. Reed is everything that Belichick was in terms of managing the technical aspects of the football team, uh, offense, defense, special teams. And he's everything that Bill wasn't in terms of melding with his team's players. Not just the stars, but the players who aren't the stars. Reed has become a coach that is not only respected by his players, but loved, something Bill Belichick never was. In this sense, sinking into the Chiefs dynasty feels better than when I was in sync with the Patriots dynasty. Because as a Patriot fan, you never knew when Bill Belichick was going to go rattlesnake, turn around, bite, and trade off a player that you liked, or not play him, or just go into contract disputes like he did with Asante Samuel and Rob Gronkowski. Wouldn't let him out of his contract. You never knew when he's just going to go, you know, rogue, rabid, and be a total jerk to a player that he didn't have to be. With Reed, you get the feeling that he cares for his players, and it feels good. In this sense, it is good to see the good guy win. Good guys like Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Hunt family win. It shows that hard work and faith, they really do pay off. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. That's my take on the National Football League going into Week 5. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Nice 45 minutes. You don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me talk more than that, I'm sure. Just get this guy out of here. We don't want to listen to him anymore. That's that. Thank you for showing up to the Amazing Great Sports Network, where we celebrate the passion, the spirituality, and the unity of sports. Hit that like and subscribe button and tune into WEZE AM 590 on your radio, on your phone, and on your computer. You can get it on any which way you want. It's all on there. You can stream it. Comes on. I'm on Saturdays at 9 a.m. and you can call in. That's what that number's for. 844-249-5247, 844-249-5247. And you can discuss sports with me about practically anything. Try to stump the clay. You'll have your chance. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Have a good time. I think we can do this. How you like that? That's our exit music. You're gonna have to speed it up a little bit, right? But have a good day, everybody, and take care of yourselves. God bless.